Hey there, everyone. It's Katie Jordan here for Lately, and we are talking for the office hours today on Cadence and just like when you're going to post your stuff on your socials. People talk about doing this in a variety of different ways, and it really boils down to what works for you and your business. And so we're just going to go through some handful of points today. I'll just wait a little bit here. I'd love to see who's in the chat and see who's watching. Where are you from? Drop in the chat. I'm in just outside Vancouver, BC myself, and it is a beautiful sunny day, fall day. It turned cool today, but yeah, we'll just see how this weather goes. We've all had different ones, haven't we? All right, good to see you. Okay, thanks for dropping in the chat. All right, so for today, we're going to talk about Cadence, evening from Cape Town. Cape Town, that's awesome. Thanks for tuning in. So Cadence, just kind of mastering your art of social media. And when to post and how much to post, all those things can get super confusing. So we're just going to dive right in. And, so many people say quality over quantity, but in the social media marketing world, posting once a month isn't the same as posting at all. Some people say post once a day. It's still probably not going to show you up in the algorithms. You can't just post whatever you want on the fly either, which is why you want to use a product like Lately to generate amazing social posts for your content. And flashy and entertaining still may work, but you also are here to educate too, right? Depending on your brand. So all of the social media platforms are very saturated, we know, and we want to rise above the noise. It's important that you want to post enough to get people's attention, but also without constantly bugging them, right? So yeah, we're not saying you should throw quality out the window, definitely quality over quantity, but you want to find that cadence that works really good for you too. Also balancing that out with the content that's going out and your actual human engagement too, right? So for your brand, maybe you have scheduled out 5 tweets for the day, but you want to make sure that you're hopping on to share relevant content that you found through your workday or the time that you're online, or also just to say hello to people and engage with their content and respond with their content too, right? So some people just pop on and say, hi, thanks for following. Hi, thanks for following. You may want to jazz that up a little bit more to increase your engagement and get to know your followers a little bit more. Makes huge difference. And generating your posts with Lately really actually helps you to get to that cadence that you really need to have. Part of it is also going to be checking the data. And so just checking to see what's worked, repurposing some of that content to send that out again, maybe even checking the time of day, right? Seeing what works for you and your brand. How's everyone doing out there? Hello, Chris. Philip from Mexico. Wow, this is great. It's like an international party over here today at Lily. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. So awesome. So I want to dive right in here. I'm going to talk about a few platforms this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you're from, or this evening, as we know. So for Twitter, Twitter is actually one of my very favorite platforms because you can just be there to have conversations. It's great for, I've also found over the years, it's really great for obviously sharing content. It's great for SEO. Or your search engine optimization when you're sharing links to your blog posts and your website to attract customers back and attract traffic back to your website. But it's just great for having conversations, and taking those conversations offline is also a favorite of mine. So you might want to mix up your content a little bit in the sense of a little bit of content about your from your website. It might be your blog posts or some of your owned media, or like your podcast or a webinar, could be video clips or just text, whatever works for you. You want to test those different types of content, but you also want to share other people's content as well. And so whatever is applicable and on brand for you based on your plan and your strategy, you really want to be able to beef that up too. So I suggested, we do have a blog post that Kristen will drop in the comments for you guys. We do have a blog post that is a suggested cadence of what to post on various platforms. So like it will say a couple of tweets should be your own media, being your own content, podcasts, webinars, whatnot. A couple should be for your blog or online PR posts. Earned media would be other people featuring you. Maybe you've been on their podcast. We lately have a ton of earned media cadence all over the place. If you haven't noticed, there's so much goodness to tune into there. And then we have also like mixed tweets, things that are, topical to your business. Also, something that's worked really well for lately is we have like, would you rather questions going out? And that's just something we've done to get to know people out there. We want to know if you like gin and tonic or a vodka soda, or maybe you prefer tea or coffee. It just generates conversation. So if it fits for your brand, or you can pull some questions together that fit for your brand, then that type of content also helps you increase your engagement and get to know more people, which is part of the plan. How's everyone doing here? Thanks for posting that, Kristen. Awesome. Yes, Chris, you are a big fan of Twitter too. You're a Twitter master, actually. You're really good. You're great out there. Again, it's about engaging and having those conversations with people out there. If you have a personal account, maybe you want to relax things a little bit and, cut your tweets down to like 10 periodically through the day, and make sure you're jumping in and, mixing in those fun posts and responding. I think, here at Lately, like Chris too, will say like, we love our gifts. Like we love responding with that. It does show character and it's fun and engaging. So it is. It's a really awesome place for engagement and to meet new people, more eyeballs, and just have fun. That's what it's about. So LinkedIn, I'm going to move on to LinkedIn. Who here in the chat is on LinkedIn? Maybe give me a show of like, if you're using LinkedIn. Yeah. I'd love to know if you want to drop in the chat just how often you might be using LinkedIn. Are you posting once a week, or are you posting a few times a week? Those are all good things to know. With that, you want to probably post. I'm going to should on you. You want to post a couple of times a week at least to start getting picked up by their algorithms, and maybe move even up to 5 times per week during the regular business day or business week, because it is more of a business platform. Monday to Friday generally speaks volumes, but you also want to test when you can post on the weekends as well, because people get bored, they're on their devices, they check in, we check in, right? We're all guilty of it. So you want to do a general mix again there of like your industry news, owned media, podcasts, use video clips. Video does great over on LinkedIn, actually. If you've ever watched any of our episodes for LinkedIn with Alex Lowe, he is a LinkedIn master. You can catch those replays on our YouTube channel at the Lately YouTube channel. He talks a lot about this as well and how to leverage LinkedIn for your business. So you'll want to catch some of those replays. But yeah, you want to mix the content there still. You want to also spend some time like with your personal account. You could kind of watch how that cadence works for you over a couple of weeks and just see how that gets picked up. The algorithm is ever changing across all different platforms, of course. And so you want to make sure that you are posting and that you're checking how that's performing, just watching, especially for your personal account versus your business page. Just see, maybe you want to try 1 or 2 posts a day, just to be seen more in that LinkedIn feed. Maybe LinkedIn's the only platform that you're using for you and your brand or your business. And so maybe you do spend a little bit more time there and do spend a little bit more time crafting some creative posts. Something else, actually, as far as creative posts go, with LinkedIn, we're finding that some of the longer, more lengthier created posts are performing better too. People are stopping to read those. And don't be afraid to craft throwing some emojis in there too. But just really taking the time to craft it and to personalize it. And then, so scheduling this content out, of course, for LinkedIn as well is also helpful, because you want to spend a little bit of time every day, even if you're blocking off 10 minutes, to actually go and comment on other people's posts, maybe track some hashtags, and go click on those hashtags and go see if there's some content that you'd like to engage with as well that works for you and your brand and what you're up to out there. Chris, no more than 3 hashtags. Yes, it's true. I have noticed that a little bit. I've kind of been keeping a watch on that. I do work with a couple of people that do use a little bit more hashtags, and I'm not sure if I see a difference yet. But with generally speaking, I know Alex had mentioned that too, no more than 3 hashtags. And I think that's something really good to test for yourself as well. So pick your top 3 hashtags as far as LinkedIn goes, and just kind of go from there. Again, just watch for a week or 2 and then adjust and change according to what's working for you and your business. All right. Let's throw out another platform out there. Facebook, we know, is its own beast in and of itself. We know that algorithm changes so much, and some people just are barely using it. Some people are leveraging groups. And so there's just different ways to leverage Facebook. Even just having a business page up for your business, depending on the size and the structure, depending on how you have your marketing and social media plan adjusted for you. You may just post once a day there, but you also might mix it up and add more. You may go live like we're doing right now via StreamYard to the page, and just utilize different tools and different ways of boosting your presence on the page. Some people will run ads and run likes campaigns to grow their page, with targeted demographics in place. And there's just different ways to leverage Facebook, but you definitely posting there helps. And it also helps, again, really any social media helps with your search engine optimization as well. So you want to be able to post across the platforms that you're using. And again, for whoever is watching this or catching the replay, you're going to have your account set up according to your marketing and social media plan. You are going to have your account set up on the platforms that work for you and your business. Not everybody needs to be on every platform, and not everybody needs to utilize every single platform out there. So that's Facebook. Also for Facebook too, it's worth it to test hashtags. Definitely more people have been using hashtags there. You do want to do a little bit of research on that for your business and your brand, because it is something that could also help you with the algorithm out there as well. Thanks, Kristen. Oh, thanks for dropping those links in too. So yeah, for those who are watching right now, the links are in the chat for Alex over on LinkedIn and over on our YouTube page, so that you can follow him if that is an area of interest for you to go back and watch some replays. That would be amazing. And also in the chat is the link for the blog post on Cadence as well. All right. Instagram is probably one last place I can touch on for today. The more you post there, the better. But again, you want to have a specific plan in place and what works for you and for your brand. Something that's working really well over there are video clips as well. We know that IGTV is the thing. We know that Reels have really taken off. I haven't dived into those particularly just yet, but I've worked with other people who have been, and they're seeing some great results just because it is very engaging content. And I'm sure I'm going to talk Kate into doing some over on our Lately channel. I'm sure of it. We'll see one day. But yeah, so with that, you want to leverage your hashtags over there. Even depending on your brand, you may get away with just posting to have a bit of a presence 2 or 3 times a week there as a static post or a small video clip. But also leverage some hashtags in there for sure. A big piece of Instagram, of course, too. I would say more so, probably more so than Facebook, unless you're really leveraging groups there. Is to hop on Engage, click on the hashtags that are applicable to your business, and go and have some conversations out there. But yeah, as far as posting content goes, definitely start with something if you're using it for your brand, something to just kind of keep that level going. Again, Instagram, posting regularly on Instagram, even though you have a link in your bio up there or use something like Linktree, it still also helps pull your SEO factor. When people are searching for your person or your brand name, it will rank for you. So it will pull up. So I hope these are some helpful tips for you on social media cadence, when to post, how to post, and all the things. Maybe we can drop that link back in the chat one more time for everybody. And I don't know, does anybody in the chat have any questions or comments? Everybody's having a little lunch and learn here, or late breakfast and learn. All right, well, that is awesome. We have some more fun coming up for you on our next office hours. It is going to be about Lately and HubSpot. We are integrated with HubSpot, and for those of you who are not familiar with that, Kristen can maybe drop the link to the blog post there. But watch for the sign up link, because you are going to want to join us live or sign up to catch the replay so that you can see just how well Lately plays with HubSpot, and that we'll be able to, how you can craft your posts and ship them off through HubSpot and collect all the goodness and data of your CRM over there. So we will look forward to seeing you next week. And thank you everybody for joining us. And this is Lately's office hours on Cadence for today. Have a great rest of your week, everyone. Bye for now.